Let's talk about people telling you about themselves and showing you themselves, and you don't believe them. The great Maya Angelou, rest her soul, I love that woman. She completely had this quote, this thing that she said, and it's like everywhere. You see it on little posters and memes and all that kind of stuff. It says, when people show you who they are, believe them. That's so simple. It seems like it should be simple, but sometimes it takes the foolish things to confound the wise. People who, sometimes it takes simple things to make you see what something really is. And I thought it was very interesting that we oftentimes will see things about people and not believe it, or even hear things that they said about themselves. And we just, for whatever reason, just let that fly right out the window like that wasn't that important. No, they just were saying that, they just saying it because they mad. They was just acting like that because, sometimes they get anger, they have anger issues and things like that. When people have anger issues and they do stuff and say stuff and you just ignore it, that's not wise. That's not good. We need to not do that. Okay. We want to practice and normalize believing what we see and really interpreting what we hear, and putting those things together and using them to our advantage that will benefit our lives in a positive way. I'm not talking about manipulating information. I'm talking about using what you know. Okay, that's evidence. All right, use that evidence and build a case however you need to, for good, for bad, for better, for worse, whatever the situation might be in your particular life at this point in time. And I'm going to use an example, and I thought it was so interesting because I really love this particular song. I like a lot of different types of music, but yeah, I have certain songs that may seem kind of wretched, but I kind of like it every now and then. I mix my diet up. So there is a song that you may be familiar with from a group, very popular older school group called 3 6 Mafia. Y'all remember them? Oh, they used to call them 666. Like, why would you tell somebody that you worship the devil? I don't know when that became a thing, but obviously it was kind of always a thing that, you're just going to tell somebody that you worship the devil. Okay, I thought that was just on Coming to America in that movie, but, I guess people do that for real. I guess it's a real thing. So in that group, 3 6 Mafia, they did a song, and I love that song. I still love that song. It's Stay Fly, I think. I Gotta Stay Fly. But there's a particular line in that song where it's DJ Paul, bless his heart. I love DJ Paul. I think that's his name. But he's the one with the funny hand. I'm gonna put gloves into my stand-up act one of these days when I have one or do one, and I'm going to put gloves on because I do have a hand that's kind of flicked a little bit, and I'm a little subconscious about it. But I've seen some rappers such as this DJ Paul who they just go ahead and swing their little hand, their little short hand, swing it and sing their little song and their little verse, and they just do it. So I'm gonna add some gloves into my little routine at some point in time. But back to this lyric that makes me very uncertain, but at the same time it's funny that we do this so often. People will show us things, people will say things about themselves, and we just don't believe them. So DJ Paul says in this particular line, he says, DJ Paul, the dog, the one you cannot trust. If you leave your stuff around me, believe your stuff gonna get lit up. If you leave your drink around me, believe your drink gonna get drunk up. If you leave your girl around me, if she's bad, she's gonna get stuck. I just thought, and you probably know all of the lyrics to that particular line. I'm sure I'm not the only one that remembers all those words. But I thought it was interesting because in that moment, he told us all about himself, and there are people who will still be friends with him. I mean, I just don't understand. How are you friends or hanging around, associating with, or connecting these people to your lives, and they are extremely toxic? Like, really? Yes. We have to work on this. We have to work on believe when people tell you and show you, who they are. You don't have to act like they just made that up. They probably are telling the truth. Even if they were they were drunk. Oh, they drunk. They just drunk. Yeah, a drunk man don't lie. You know, a lot of times that's how they come. They ready to fight because they really can't fight, but they've been wanting to fight their whole life. So yeah, let's work on being able to really see. Okay, see with your eyes, not just with your eyes. Okay, because if you see only with your eyes, you're easy to fool. So you need to think about what you see. That's basically what Jackie Chan was trying to tell little Will Smith, little son, in the Karate Kid. If you think only with your eyes, you're easy to fool. You have to see with your eyes. And I probably just messed up that whole thing, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Remember, in the Karate Kid, the new one, that was a really good movie. But anyhow, I am through with my little midday ramble, and I just thought I would throw this on here because I was thinking about it. And sometimes when you think about things, it's a good idea to record them or write them down and catalog that. You never know when you're gonna need that information later on. The old folks would tell you, put a pin in that. Put a pin in that. Okay, yeah, think about it. Okay, believe what you see and hear. Interpret everything. Okay, yes, peace and love.